If you are experiencing alopecia and you are looking to cultivate more self-love, then you are in the right place. This very quick and simple formula that I'm about to give you for you to create your own self-love affirmations to give you that extra pep. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to identify a thought that you are having that is not necessarily very self-love related. It might be a negative thought, it might be something that is like an inner critic type thought. For the purpose of this example, we're going to use the thought, my head will look ugly bald. I hear this pretty often. People will say to me like, oh, you have such a nice shaped head. Of course you look nice bald. Well, so do you. But inside of that, the thought is like, my head isn't the right shape to look good, or my head would look weird bald, something like that, or I would look weird bald. So let's use the phrase, my head would look weird bald for this example. That's the first step, is identifying the thought that you're having at the moment that is not rooted in self-love. And then step number 2 is we're going to find a reframe, an opposite. So this might be something, we don't want it to be so grand and big that it just feels completely foreign and impossible to you, but we don't want it to be necessarily in your comfort zone and something that you already really just feel like, oh, you say that all the time. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but not so much that it feels impossible, and your thought after saying it or hearing it in your head is, oh, well, that would never happen. Right? If it's followed with an, oh, well, that will never happen, then it's not going to be very effective. So this could be something like, I have a unique shaped head. When I'm bald, I look good. When I'm bald, I inspire people. If I were to be bald, I would love myself. Or many people find bald people attractive. There's somebody out there for everyone. Can you see where I'm going with it? Like, there are so many ways to find an empowering affirmation around it that is very specific to this disempowering thought that you're having, that is pretty much opposite, not exactly opposite, but something that you can be like, oh yeah, that sounds like, I can work with that. That's what you're looking for. It's really important, because step 3 is to actually find evidence of this. There is evidence everywhere when we look for it. Our brain is programmed to want to be right and to look for evidence of our most deep beliefs. So if we truly believe that your head is beautiful, then you'll start looking for that confirmation. This might look like something like, if we use, my head is beautiful, look for evidence of that. Look at yourself in the mirror. Notice how in different angles you like how it looks. Notice how other people who look beautiful with a bald head, notice that they look beautiful. Notice that you might be able to do your makeup in a certain way that you feel beautiful, right? Start looking for evidence and keep that in mind. You'll find more evidence as you go. The more you find evidence and the more you repeat the affirmation, the more ingrained it's going to come into your cells and your life, right? It's going to actually start to kind of settle in as a belief. And repeat this. Repeat this, repeat this, repeat this, repeat this, repeat this, repeat this, repeat this. I cannot stress this enough. When we look at this from a yogic point of view, our brain is actually created with all of these samskaras, which are kind of like riverbeds. And every time we have a thought, we flush more water down that specific riverbed. So if we have a negative thought that we have held with us for a certain amount of time, we have had that thought many, many times, and we've put a lot of water down that riverbed. So that riverbed is quite deep. It's very pronounced. It's very natural for water to naturally accumulate in that riverbed. What we are doing with this new thought is creating a new riverbed. So we need to consciously take the energy, the water, and put it down this new thought regularly until we've done it so many times that it just becomes natural, because that riverbed is so deep and pronounced for our energy to naturally flow through it. If you're interested in taking this much deeper, I do have other videos on the topic, so check out. It's going to be around this. I'm bad at this. It's going to be on this screen. Definitely check it out so that you can take your self-love affirmation practice so much deeper.